I'm at the end of week 2 of my 1-month challenge to design and develop a product in front of all of you guys to then launch on Amazon and make money off them. Hi everyone, for all of you who are new here, my name's Josh. I run an e-commerce business and brand. I've traded on Amazon full-time for a couple of years, and I'm showing you all how to launch a product on Amazon, take it from development to production to then obviously hopefully making money and not bankrupting my business in the meantime. Now, for anyone who didn't see the last video, I am making a craft box in the toys and games category. We ordered all of the products last week to get them shipped in so that we could then find out how high quality they are and if we like them or not. I'm pleased to announce that they're here. We've made a quick version 1 prototype and I'll show you that now. Despite what the dramatic music may have entailed, I fully appreciate that this is a horrible looking product right now. It's not something that you would rush out to buy if your life depends on it. But what you've got to understand is that every first prototype that you make is going to look like this. If it looked like the finished product straight away, chances are the barrier to entry is not high enough, so you're going to have some stiff competition. All that you need to do is you need to make a list of everything that you love about it, everything that needs improving, and then you work on what needs improving. There's no point in business giving yourself a pat on the back each time you do something that you like, because that doesn't improve what you're giving to your end customer. It's improving on your weaknesses that will make it better. So one of the things that we love, and it's not something that I've ever heard before in my life, is the length of the pipe cleaners. These are 30 centimetres long. They're a lot bigger than what most people will be using, and they've got a high quality feel. I never thought in my life that I'd be discussing pipe cleaners in such detail, but as it turns out there are different levels to the quality that you can get them, and we're really happy with the quality of these ones. These are poly shapes. They're really hard to get hold of. We've managed to find a supplier who sells them for far below market value, so fingers crossed they don't twig to that. And they're also quite a reasonable size compared to everything else that we saw. So that's something else that we're really happy with and we're not going to change. We've put quite a few of them in. They take up a load of space, which when you're wanting to fill out the packaging like we are to the absolute max, it's great to have things that are really useful and take up space at the same time. Now, I won't go through everything that I like, because as I say, there's no point giving yourself a pat on the back, but I will show you something that we ordered and wasn't nearly up to our expectations and how we're going to overcome this to make it a better product. Drum roll please. The thing that we're not happy with are the pom-poms. You may have guessed it when you saw them. We ordered these seeing that they were 3 different sizes and we were thinking small, medium and large, and we got tiny, very small and still pretty fucking small to be honest, even the bigger ones. So these are up to the quality that we need them to be. I'll throw them over there. You'll find that when you're not in charge of your manufacturing process and you subcontract it out to someone else, that certain times it won't be up to the quality that you need it to be. And you need to then work out how you can best refine that to improve your product. So with those, they're far too small, but the benefit of them is that the cost is really low and the units that we can put into our 1500 piece craft box is high. So we need to be able to keep the units high and keep our costs low while getting bigger ones. That's not something that's that easy to do, as you can imagine. So what we're going to do is we're going to order these from a British supplier who makes really high quality luxury ones instead. We're going to bring those in and we're going to mix them in our bin so you get a good variety of big ones, medium ones and then those smaller ones as well. What that'll do is it'll keep our units high and it'll keep our price point low. That's a compromise that we're making to keep our units high while giving the best possible product to the end customer. It's something that you'll have to do as well. Now, the other elephant in the room is the pitiful cardboard box that we've put it in. This, of course, isn't something that we're looking to ship it in. It's just something that we've roughed out so that we can get the dimensions roughed in. We've sent off for a sample pack from packaging suppliers. They are due to us. They're coming from Poland, and because of Brexit, they're stuck at customs until hopefully Tuesday this week coming, which may be after I release this video. I'm not sure. We'll find out. When they arrive, we'll obviously put everything into the correct box and then find if the dimensions that we're looking at are adequate, and if they are, we can then look to get the final design ready for the packaging. Now, one unexpected cost with packaging is that it is very expensive to get your own branding put onto something when you're doing a low run. Do bear in mind that I'm only speaking specifically about cardboard packaging. If you're going down the plastic or the bag route, your MOQs are a lot smaller and this might not be as applicable to you. There are a couple of ways around this. So you can get just generic boxes. And when you've got a generic box, it's what everyone else will use, and it has no form of branding on it, so you're relying on your product on the inside to do the speaking for you. This will be the lowest cost way to get your own custom packaging. The next step up from just having plain packaging is that you put a sleeve on, and that's the minimum that we're going to accept. So we've ordered some packaging and then we've got some generic sleeves which we can then slip over it, which will have our branding on them. This has a lower price point and a lower MOQ, so it'll cost us less upfront to get the product launched. Now, they still look quite nice, but it's not the best quality solution that you can get. Our third and final option, which is something that we're looking at, is a full colour printed double-side mailer box. This is by far and away the highest quality one that we can see. However, obviously it's the most expensive one. Now, just so you get an idea of price point, we're looking at ordering around 1,000 of them, and 1,000 of the smaller sleeve boxes will cost us around £1 each, so it's nothing too high and it's about right for the price point that we needed to hit. When looking at the boxes which are fully custom to us and they're printed on both sides, they don't actually do them below 1,500 piece MOQs, and then you're looking at around £2 to £3 each, which is way beyond the amount that we've set aside. However, that's not it dead in the water, because if you go above that and you go to the several thousand, so we're looking around possibly 3,000 pieces, you can get them far cheaper and they're around £1 to £1.50. So we will end up having to put in a £3,000 to £3,500 investment into these mailer boxes. If you're looking to do this yourself, that will probably be outside of your price range. £3,000 taken out of your personal money is a lot. We're in a very fortunate position where, because we've done this for a long time and it's our business, we can eat the cost of a couple of £1,000 start-up and it's not going to break the bank for us. Again, this is the point that I'm trying to make, where you have to make sacrifices depending on your budget. Now, do bear in mind, one of the big costs up front when you're wanting to make your own custom packaging is what they class as tooling costs. So when you get something that's going to be custom printed to your design, they have to machine tooling which will print that on the cardboard. This is a one-off cost usually, but it's quite expensive. You're looking at £200-300 just to get that made. However, the flip side of that is that once it's made, it's yours forever and it can be reused each time that you order. So you'll find that the first time you order, it'll be more expensive because they've had to amortise that cost in. But then after that, your price will be reduced as you move forward. So that's where we're at with the packaging. As soon as it all arrives, hopefully Tuesday next week, I'll then be able to make an informed decision about this is how we're going to move forward with it, depending on what looks best. I'll keep you updated and let you know which one we do end up going with, and the exact price point and the unit volume that we end up buying. Now, final point, we were looking at improving packaging. The majority of product comes in packaging just like that. Now, the benefits of a plastic bag like this is that it's sealable, so it means that your products won't empty out all over your general packaging. They're also waterproof, so if any unfortunate accident happens, it will actually protect the internal products from getting damaged. Now, on the flip side to that, it is a plastic bag, and plastic is kind of killing the world, so it's not something that we particularly want to use if we can help avoid it. Now, this left us in a bit of a conundrum because plastic is super cheap to get, super cheap to use, and it has all of the durability that you need. Our way to work around this is that we have hopefully found something that's biodegradable, can be reused, and is cheap to manufacture as well, and is far more eye-catching than a plastic bag. And we've decided to go for one of those. So these are what you would find if you went to either a cheap pick and mix or your local newsagent, and they're just the coloured pick and mix bags which you get. Now, they're wax lined, which means that they're water resistant. They won't be as waterproof as the plastic was, but at the end of the day, this product isn't exactly made to be thrown in the bathtub anyway. So we only need it to be resistant if it's in a particularly humid environment, so it won't ruin the internal products while it's there. They're also quite durable. They're lovely coloured. We order in a variety of colours when we finally put the order in for them, and they won't damage the environment. More and more consumers are bothered about plastic use and single-use plastic specifically, so this is a nice alternative for you to be able to offer them and to keep the eco-friendly theme for whatever you're making. Again, not the only way you can go about it, but if you are, it's something that we really liked and it's a solution that we found for within the 2-3 pence price range for each unit. So that's around it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the episode. It was a lot less than what we did before, and that's because when you're designing something, you find that you have to hurry up and rush through everything to then wait 2 weeks for things to arrive, and then it starts again. There's quite a noticeable cycle where you spend all of your free time developing a product, and then you have a massive lull while you wait for everything to come in, and then absolutely rush to get it refined, and then you are ready to launch your product after that. One thing that's really important when you're developing a product is when you're in that first initial phase, when you're designing it, coming up with what exactly you're going to make, you need to attack it as much as possible. That's because this can either take a couple of days to a week if you really attack it, or if you let things slip, it can take you weeks, months you can be 6 months down the line and you still don't have a product ready. So absolutely rush to get through that bit, because then you can have that breather and you've got a week, 2 weeks while everything comes in before you then need to attack it again. It's just my experience, but bear in mind that that's generally how we find it ends up going. So I hope you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. If you want to follow this along, please subscribe. You can then find out whether this is a product that we're going to make a lot of money off of, or if I manage to run my business into bankruptcy making a YouTube video. So we'll find out. Either way, fantastic viewing experience for you guys. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.